Hello and welcome back, Whale Pod, to another episode of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 here on White Whale Gaming. As you just heard, I am trying out a new intro, and as we can tell from the fact that we have seen a cutscene on screen paused that we have viewed already, we are back in the event theater. And there is a little theory that I want to outline with a specific bit coming up here, as Ethel explains.
It's not just the waves and the wind. We believe there's some other force at play there.
This, of course, is in reference to the ocean vortex that none who have ever attempted crossing have survived the journey to do so. What better place for Mobius's HQ than a tempest-racked sea that none can survive crossing? Now a little bit more about Mobius itself. The symbol that appears on the Mobius forms and is therefore presumably the emblem of the organization is the commonly seen symbol representing infinity in mathematics. This is known as the lemniscate, so I don't really know where the name Mobius comes from, as Mobius tends to evoke the Mobius strip, which is a form of non-orientable surface, which has in and of itself some pretty trippy applications within the world of physics and mathematics. But as far as I can tell, the lemniscate is not a non-orientable surface. So I feel like the use of the lemniscate over the Mobius strip to symbolize Mobius more comes from the fact that the members of Mobius are seeking to avoid death and reach a sort of eternity. Or infinity. And with that, we are going to exit the event theater and get into the game. But still, really, the ocean vortex, calling it right now, 110% gonna be where the final dungeon of the game, where we go to fight the big bad at the very end, the boss of Mobius, Zed himself, will be located. Very beautiful startup screen. It's a shame that the Kingdom of Uriah got blown to pieces by a annihilation event there. We're gonna load game and bring up our hard save at the end of the last episode. And now that we are in-game, we are going to be continuing to help the residents of Colony 4 and continue pushing forward with the main story to see if we can't progress to the point where the pathway into that cave where that caterpillar whooped our butts back in episode 14 is unblocked, to where we can get our long overdue payback.
Just fix this.
We have Ethel with us as our equipped hero, and I've been doing some looking around in the menus, figuring out a bit more about how heroes work. And I've decided that I'm also going to reclass Noah into Ethel's class in order to, 1, get to rank 10 and unlock this dope-looking long coat, which is really not suited for the region. I know it's kind of your shtick having a silver coat there, Silver Coat Ethel, but I'm sure you'd keep a lot cooler in a desert region like Fornis without all this extra weight. And
Fragrance.
having both Noah and Ethel equipped with this class will make it so the other 5 will unlock their ability to equip the class at a faster than normal rate. I'll show off a little bit briefly about the class, basically with what the difference is between how Noah and the rest of the party member will use the Flash Fencer class and Ethel's Flash Fencer variant, because yes, there are a few differences. Firstly, Ethel has, at very least for now, preset gear. I do not know if at a point in the future we will be able to change hero accessories and gems, but for now, Ethel is going to be stuck with rocking the Double Strike 2 for a 17% chance of double attacking when auto-attacking, and Empowered Combo 2 for 30% more damage when canceling arts. She also comes pre-equipped with the Spiked Cauldrons, well, pauldrons, not cauldrons, which boosts smash damage by 50%, which is tying into her talent art, which does have a smash reaction on it, which is unfortunate, because in order to be able to break at all, I swapped Senna from Ogre, which currently has our only launch art in the party, over to Noah's Sword Fighter class. And I do not want to take either of my defenders or healers off of their roles to get an Ogre for the launch. Eventually, we will be able to master a talent art at rank 20 when we finally are able to break through the current hard cap at level 10 in a class. And at level 20, a class's talent art, in the case of Flash Fencer here, Saber Strike, will be available as a master art. Now, onto Noah's, and presumably the rest of the party members' arts with the Flash Fencer class. We have Cross Impact, which buffs self with Power Charge when art hits. Power Charge is a new buff in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I have no idea what exactly it does, and in order to keep this blind playthrough a little more blind, I am avoiding looking up any guides on combat classes, chain attacks, Ouroboros, anything like that, until we have reached post-game. But it has a 130% power multiplier and a recharge of 18 seconds. This is a Kavesi class, so it is all time-based recharge. Null Slash has 50% increased crit rate when attacking from the side, and has a power multiplier of 185%, recharge of 11 seconds, and hits in a frontward AoE. Oh yeah, Cross Impact is one target as well. Revolution Edge is also one target and boosts damage dealt when attacking from behind by 100%, with a 175% power multiplier and multiplier. I do not know why I'm having trouble with that word today. And a recharge gauge of 28 seconds. Can you believe that it was actually longer at base level before I used Nopon coins to just automatically boost Noah to 5? The other arts are Hidden Thorn, which inflicts bleed on hit, is one target, has an even longer recharge gauge of 34 seconds, and a power multiplier of 330%. Bleed, I assume, works similarly as it had in the last game, where it will be a damage over time effect, not affected by anything such as a burning effect like fire or a poisoning effect, but will instead just be them bleeding out. Acceleration is a buffing on self art with 47 seconds timed recharge. Originally, I want to say it was 50. No damage, of course, because it is a stance art. And the effect it applies is boosts auto attack and art speed. Also raises the damage Noah takes by 25%. Let's see how Ethel differs in this regard. Ethel has different names to her arts, but I have, I believe, the same effects on her as I do on Noah. Power Charge buffs self when art hits, with a power multiplier of there I go again, with 140% and 17 seconds. Time recharge, of course. Her time recharges are going to be slightly faster than Noah's because she is rank 12. So I can only assume the power recharge is slightly more powerful, or maybe this one is the same. Okay, yes, it is the same. It has the same name. Swallowtail, however, is the same as Revolution Edge effect on Noah, so this one is going to be different. It has a much higher power multiplier at 195%. It has a faster recharge, but once again I'm chalking that up to Ethel being rank 10, which will decrease the recharge times yet again. and it boosts damage when attacking from behind by 120%, and seeing as Noah's did not raise from 100 to 110 per se, when Noah was raised from rank 1 to rank 5 and got his first rank up, I can only assume that this is a unique art on Ethel that is slightly stronger than anything the party members can get as compensation for heroes only being locked to their assigned class. Silver Cyclone is the same as Null Slash. Well, slightly different. It has a much higher damage ratio or power multiplier at 210%, but only hits one target. It has the same recharge, so Noah's will likely be a little faster than Ethel's actually when he ranks up again. And it increases critical rate by 75% when attacking from the side, whereas Noah's Null Slash only increases it by 50% when attacking from the side. I believe this is multiplicative, not additive, unfortunately, so it will not result in nearly guaranteed crits from the side. Also, her acceleration is literally the same as Noah's. I assume if it has the same name, it's going to be the same. But once again, Million Flash, which is the variant of Hidden Thorn, still inflicts bleed, but has a higher by 30% damage ratio. And a faster recharge time, but once again, Noah is a lower rank, so the recharge time might decrease, but the other stats on Manoa's might still remain inferior to Ethel's. And yeah, that is the difference in that Ethel has some slight numbers boosts to a few of her arts in order to not balance out. It's still a pretty big deal to not have master arts at all, but to sort of make up for the fact that Ethel is locked to just her not Blast Fencer, that's from something else. Oh yeah, that's one of the Xenoblade Chronicles X classes. The Flash Fencer is what she is locked to, and that is to make up for it. Saber Strike, as far as I can tell, is roughly the same. Hers looks a little more powerful, but once again, the recharge gauge doesn't go down on a talent art with rank up, so I assume that Noah's may get to be as strong as Ethel's once Noah reaches rank 10. Everyone else is the same as they were in the last episode. Noah also no longer wait, no. Senna's not. I have added extras to Senna, and I think I do want the Chrome Scarf on Senna after all. She is our breaker right now, even though extra dexterity would help her land more hits. Now, there's one person here with an eye above his head. I'm just going to leave these on screen. Info acquired. Unsent husks.
Got it all memorized.
I'm just going to leave those on screen. If you want to read them for yourself, I will allow you to pause them on your own watch through of the video. But as for me, I do not read fast enough to read them out loud in these videos. But I can read out Kukucha's dialogue here, because Kukucha has something new to say. Have friends sampled delight of yummy mixed-veg torpedo wrap? Pinnacle of cuisine of dirt recommended much. Huh? I never knew. Those were pretty tasty, right, Mimi? Well, we'll have to tell Manana about this. I'm sure it'll inspire her cooking, too. We have another information bubble here. You can pause and read it yourself. New info acquired. Changes. Briefly look around. Maybe there'll be some yellow information bubbles in the Faranis interior. But for now, we do have Olashandra, who we have met before, with something new to say. Thanks to those medical supplies you got for us, it looks like we'll be able to ride out this rough spot. Hey, we're glad we could make a difference. It gave us a chance to get out as well. Oh, I'm sure news of your good deeds is already spreading. Take solid care of yourselves. That is a follow-up to the hero quest we did for Ethel, raiding the Agnes supply drop to get the medical supplies that we desperately need, and a lot of Kavesi would love to see the Agnians not get. There's an information bubble in here, as well as Maxi. Maxi, my boy! It's been a long time since you were the leader of Team Magma, huh? The secret to Ethel's strength is in her talent art. Her attack power goes up every time she uses it. Read the flow of battle well, and she's virtually unparalleled as an attacker. That said, she might end up inadvertently drawing enemies' attention in the process. Defenders have to be equally vigilant. New info acquired. The Faranis Hulks. New topic available. And that name, Dana Desert, is particularly strange for those who have played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 before this, like I have, and know that the Dana Desert is a location that should not be able to exist in this world, as it sunk with the Tornin Titan 500 years before the start of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and had completely decayed away underneath the Cloud Sea. Well, the Titan hadn't, but any biomes that the Titan once fostered were likely long gone. Just a quick little collectible gathering. I applaud you on your choice of parking spot, Ethel. Or should I say Kay? It was kind of Consul Kay who wheeled the Faranis out here, controlling the colony through their red irises. Because I'm pretty sure this used to be camel-inhabited wasteland, and I thank you for doing my work for me and destroying my sworn enemies. Now we're going to grab this one more collectible as we explore this gloriously depopulated of camels area. Or, yeah, there's one level back in the Faranis Hulk that we didn't get to because I am scatterbrained. You will see that a lot throughout this series, but we are going to go up to the top hangar area, not necessarily climb all the way up to the highest vantage points we got to last time. But there could be more information around here. It looks like there is not, but if we had not gone here, there 120% would have been. So let's continue on here. And see if there's anything further up of interest. Well, Bolearis has a new conversation topic. Hey, I just wanted to say thanks for what you did with the commander. They can't be far off clearing up the debris on that blocked road. If you need to rest up, now's the time. The day of my vengeance is coming soon. Soon all Caterpiles will know that they have crossed the wrong Homs, or human. I don't know if they're still called Homs in this world. That was the name the humans gave for themselves in Xenoblade Chronicles. Also, that yellow dot down there is where that line that I tried to ride on is located. I've seen a couple of these on the mini-map, or not just on the mini-map, but on the main map as well. And I now am convinced that that is indeed a grind rail to get to that container there. We just have not unlocked the ability to ride these lines yet. I believe if we come back later, once we've had an introduction to this mechanic elsewhere in the game, we will be able to ride down that rail and get to that container. So for now, let's stop worrying about it and get back to things. We've been dancing around it for long enough. So, now that we're done cleaning things up in the colony, let's rest. Interact.
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
We can level up in here if we want to. We will clean clothes.
There we go. Nice and clean.
I still don't know what it does, other than maybe getting our outfits all spick and span. But now we are going to progress the main story and rest.
Finally, we can relax.
Another bit thinner, I think.
Best bath ever. You taking a dip, Mimi? It's nice and warm.
I might skip today. Wasn't really a sweaty one.
What? How can you miss a hot bath opportunity? Then again, I guess when you smell so nice already, maybe it's no problem. Are you, embarrassed about other people seeing you? There's no need to be. Miss Ethel thought of everything. She even managed to give us a window when the bath would be empty.
Ah, yes. I did know that. I guess maybe I will take a dip.
Atta girl.
Okay. Don't wait for me.
All right then. Have a good one. And good night.
Yeah. Good night, Sana.
The landslide clearance is complete. I'm sorry it couldn't have been sooner. Thank you, Ethel. Thanks to that, we'll be able to make it through to Ribby Flats. Colony 4's engineers are excellent. They took care of that faster than I thought they would. I guess we'll be saying bye-bye to Colony 4. We owe you, Ethel. No, it is I who's indebted to you. If you can spare the time, you ought to call in on Borealis. He's really taking a liking to all of you. Cool, yeah. We'll go see him. Also, there's something I need to tell you all before you depart. There are many prying eyes and hungry ears here. We should take this into command. Understood. Affinity level. Solving colony folks' problems will deepen your affinity with them. This can be done by completing quests, filling in Collectopedia card requests, etc. Affinity bonuses. Raising your affinity with the colony grants you affinity bonuses that make your adventure easier. Go to Party, Skills, Affinity Bonuses to see the bonuses you have unlocked. Let's check it out. Party skills. Traversal skills, locked, all of them. Affinity bonuses. We have... I don't think we have any of these so far. No meal effects currently under effect. Okay, so we don't have any. The number acquired. I believe the percentage of total that can be acquired that number represents, and the bonus effect that translates into. Okay. One other thing I want to go over is the hero roster. This is very spoilery, just like the Blade album in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, if you know what that's all about. It unlocks after Ethel has been added to the party, so I do not consider this any bit of a spoiler. But do not check any of the still locked heroes that can be added to your party. Even going one to the right, you will immediately recognize the silhouette shown. I mean, immediately. They're already with us, they just don't fight yet. Also, with our heroes, I believe these will be sorted by some internal system based on their position within the hero list that we just saw and that I told you not to look at. With this, I believe we can 100% confirm that as she is an attacker and in the top left position, that the blurred out hero icon in the Nintendo Direct prior to release was indeed Ethel. They were hiding that she was going to be playable due to the fact that in trailers she had only ever been shown in her villainous red iris appearances. Now, let's go see what she and Bolearis have to say up in command.
Yeah, we got places we need to be.
Yeah, we got business to settle with the Caterpillar, y'all. We're not letting him get away with disrespecting us like that. We've got to keep going higher. And higher yet still. We're going all the way to essentially Ethel's offices, which we saw in the cutscene with Console K. Yes. This sucks.
I have to ask before you go. Why is it that you stick together?
Given what's what, we pretty much have to.
Considering how everybody attacks us on sight now.
At this point, I suppose it just panned out this way.
You really think so? That's not really how it looks to me.
Well, one thing's for sure. We were sworn enemies once. And yet, we all share the will to live in the now. Before becoming Ouroboros, I never realized. But that common will, it was reason enough to stick together.
I see. Not everyone makes the choice to fight willingly. Lance said that you have to. Well, right now every one of us has to. There's no question it would be better if they didn't. Your journey may have started out of necessity, but now you're pushing forwards towards a common goal. And that might be all we want, and all that we wish the world could be.
What we wish it could be.
You're heading out as well.
As soon as we're done here, I'll make for the castle.
What?
You forget, I am the commander. We haven't revolted against our nation, so I have to report in.
Ethel, are you sure?
Oh, don't worry. I'll be leaving you out of it.
That's not it. The consul earlier turned Mobius. Were it to...
If you mean that monster, I'm well aware of the risk.
Then why?
Because it's my responsibility to those I command. As for the consul, we can say he died in an accident.
And you can't do it remotely.
Now that the consul and Flameclock are both lost to us, I have to make a report, and not over comms. I have to requisition more supplies, too.
And what if they fit you with a new clock?
I can worry about that then.
You're fine with it, really?
Don't get preoccupied with us. Keep to your path. Follow it, wherever it may lead you. Life is short.
I suppose.
Hey, while we're all still here, one more word of warning.
Hmm?
The consul was attempting to remove you from the picture. In light of that, you'll likely come up against hostility. But listen, you should keep engagement to a minimum. Kevis or Agnes. That goes for both of them.
But if we break their clocks, just like with Colony 4 here, they would... well, they would be free, wouldn't they?
You'd do well to remember not everyone thinks the same as I do. Even within this colony, many still haven't come to accept their new reality. To make things even more fraught, in other colonies, there are those who are more than willing to fight, as you'd expect.
So it's no use appealing to their sense of compassion, or hoping they'll treat us fairly. Is that it?
Yes, precisely. You will change the fate of others just by virtue of coming into contact with them. It's quite the burden. You may not want the responsibility.
A burden, perhaps.
All that said, you get embers on your coat, you have to brush them off. If push comes to shove, do not flinch. Do whatever it takes, for the greater good. I wish you all a smooth and fruitful journey. Ouroboros, huh? If only we could have been there as well.
We should check the route data again. Make sure we're on the right path. We're on course for Swordmarch. But first, we'll need to take the southeast road through Ribby Flats. Ah, yes. That's the road that Ethel recommended. Correct. She said the battlefronts are pretty static at the moment, but do we have any intel about colony deployment? As far as Ethel and Colony 4 is concerned, we've got a pretty good idea. But what about any others? I wouldn't expect any shenanigans all the way out here. In any case, we mustn't let our guard down along the way. Danger could be lurking anywhere in the background, so insecurity stalks us. Not much we can do about that, though. Ah, come on, man. We'll muddle through. Well, let's hope so. Hey, I mean, if we run into another colony, it isn't necessarily a bad thing. Are you sure about that? It doesn't matter if we run into Agnes or Kevis. Either one would mean getting into a dust-up. True, but what I meant was, if we destroyed their flame clock, we'd set everyone free like we did for Colony 4. Easy to say. Well, sure, I mean, if conditions allow it. If we're brushing off embers, we'll have no choice in the matter. That's right. Hey, maybe it's better if we put off worrying about that until the time comes. Eunice speaking sense there. True, we can just react to events as they happen, play it by ear. Gotcha, I'll apply myself to that. Liberating colonies. Destroying a colony's flame clock will liberate it from the consul's grasp. Once liberated, the people are free to act how they like, opening up new info fragments to find. Warning levels. Every time a colony is liberated, the warning level of its nation, Kevis or Agnes, will increase. The warning level for each nation can be checked in the main menu. As the threat level increases, so too will the number of soldiers from each nation deployed on the field. The affinity chart. You can now check how various people in a colony get along with each other by using the affinity chart. It also shows you a basic profile for each person. I will look at that later. That's a lot of boring numbers and stuff like that. Can't say, man, I wanted to have Ethel with me on this.
Leave it to me. I'll have him crying by the end. Enemies! I'll hold them off! Eyes over here!
All right.
I couldn't keep them in check!
Come here! I got
Eyes
something
over
for you!
here! We've got more in you yet, Noah!
That is one thing I do have to say
What are they gonna do? Make me
about
roll
this
myself to
Flash Fencer class. So I'm going to show you something real quick. I think I showed it off last video as well, but I'm going to show it off again. Capable hands. It starts off at 60%, and it will go up to 80 at upgraded when it's upgraded again at rank 10. Fills talent art recharge gauge by 70% at the start of battle. I'm actually going to swap this for Defensive Soul. I don't know how evasive this class is, but at least that'll give me a 1% extra defense. And that skill that fills up your talent gauge at the start of a battle, it's a master skill. Once you get to rank 15 with this class, you can put it on anyone.
This one looking at me funny. Hey, you!
Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
Eyes over here!
You're a lifesaver.
Okay.
In check! Eyes over here!
Thanks.
It's all coming together!
You've got more in you yet, Noah! Butterfly blade!
Non-slash.
Come after me, and that's what you get.
If only you didn't charge off on your own.
I think I'm definitely going to try using this class against the, what's-his-face, the Caterpillar before trying to change things up if we lose again. I don't think we'll lose again, though. We have Interlink now, and Chain Attacks, which we had Chain Attacks before, but we have more Master Art slots, more Gem slots, and as a whole, we're just buffer. Let's avoid that there.
Check out what it bombed!
And slip over this way.
Try to stop us.
Never a dull moment, eh?
That's gonna stay here.
You're a lifesaver.
Power ring!
Easy figure.
Butterfly blade!
This should up the odds a little.
Cheers, you're a gem. Group heal!
Revolution Edge. We'll forge our own way. I'll keep up the attack.
Oh, that hits hard.
They found us. Let's run something.
Not only does it hit hard, it is a pierce effect, meaning it ignores defense.
Couldn't keep them in check.
Cross impact.
Eyes over here.
You're a lifesaver. Hazy figure. Revolution Edge. We'll forge our own way.
No threat. That's how you pull off a win.
Yeah. See if we
Okay, yeah. This class is definitely better
I'll follow you.
for Infinity Blade than Sword Fighter was. Or at least this skill.
You're a lifesaver. Revolution Edge.
Now we just get the...
Non-slash. That's the weak point.
Smooth as always, Noah.
Thanks.
big meaty hit.
Cross impact. I'll keep up the attack.
Noah. Smooth as always, Noah. Butterfly blade. Keep up the pressure.
Non-slash.
Thrust. Crime slash. Overclock. Butterfly blade.
Cannon.
Hey, this feels pretty good. Pressure advantage. Yeah, do more of that.
I'm having too much fun just playing around with this new class to even bother with stuff like Master Arts right now. We'll of course need to as we get toward these Carrier Caterpillars, a Big Daddy version.
Fight with focus.
Stay on your toes.
Great work, Senna.
Come here! I got something
Don't, not sure what these caterpillars are carriers for, but apparently they are some sort of disease carrier.
You're a lifesaver. Go! Not slack! Hazy quick! We've got them pinned down! Revolution Edge! We'll forge our own way!
That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Make this quick!
Love it.
Come here, I got something for you.
Thanks! Hazy quick! Revolution! We've got them pinned down! That was pretty much what I expected. I'd say we were moving in sync. Right, Tyle?
Yeah, in the explanation of how Ethel plays, they were saying she draws aggro, like, really quickly. Oh, I believe it. She can unleash that talent art very quickly with that. Having rank 10's 80% talent gauge filling at the start of a fight.
Here we go, guys.
I'll follow your lead.
I'll make this quick.
Yeah, do more of that. Eyes over here.
Thanks.
I also need to probably swap Cross Impact and Revolution Edge's locations.
Still got this in the bag. That worked pretty good. Hey, Tyon.
It means there were no holes in my strategy.
Make this quick. You're a lifesaver.
Come here, I got something for you.
You're on fire, Lance.
Keep piling on the damage. Senna, love to see it.
We've got them pinned down.
Gemini, strike. Dark banner.
Not slack.
I'm getting into the swing of this.
Swing!
Whew. That was spectacular.
And I was the MVP. You were all thinking it.
We're really going in here?
Yes, Senna, we're really going in here. We have unfinished business in this cave, girl.
I don't want to do this, but you're in our way.
I'm so ready for this.
Eyes over here. Eyes over here.
You mean you didn't disappoint?
I couldn't keep them in check.
Come here, I got something for you.
Wow, thanks.
Avenging Eagle.
Butterfly blade. Got more in you yet, Noah. Dark banner.
We have superiority.
Knew you had it in you, meanie.
We'll forge our own
Too
way.
late done yet, Lance. Eyes over here. Wow, thanks. Gemini, strike.
It's gonna be best to clear these guys out, not just for getting class rank experience,
Ever the parrot, I'll break whatever strength I can to protect my friends.
but also for getting just a little bit more power over this elite
But you're
or
in our way.
unique.
People run into a
Power ring. Eyes over here.
Thanks.
Butterfly
We'll
blade.
forge our own way. We've got them pinned down.
Appreciate it. Nothing. Enemy's broken away from me.
Too easy.
Alright, that was a thick hit from the Infinity Blade.
Didn't charge off on you.
Seems like a pretty cheesy name, but when you realize it has the power to destroy flame clocks and take down Mobius, whose organization symbol, as we now know, is representative of infinity, it's a bit more fitting. It is a blade capable of challenging infinity.
Topple. Cross impact. We'll forge our own way. I'm getting the hang of this. We've got them pinned down.
Come here, I got something for you.
Still have more caterpillars in this brawl here. I thought this class was going to be weak when I first saw it because of the no reactions, but hot dang, it is strong. I can see why they're not giving us 2 of them already.
That was spectacular.
And I was the MVP. You're all thinking it. Come here, I got something for you.
Thanks. We'll forge our own. You're on fire, lad.
7,000.
That's what you get.
Granted, this is not the normal talent art. This is Noah's unique to every class talent art that he can equip. And only he can equip.
I'm the girl with the gall.
But boy, is it powerful. I should really try out the actual talent art, even if I won't be able to hit the smashes with this setup here.
Come here! I got something for you! You're on fire, Lance!
Hazy figure.
9,000!
I'd say we were moving in sync. Right, Tyon?
We weren't even in the power ring. I guess that one might have been a crit and the power ring wasn't. Rambler Curly, we failed to defeat you last time. Topple it, please.
Revolution Edge! We'll forge our own way!
Hey, you barely messed anything up today. Stop! Bannerite! Oh, enemies! Oh, hold them off! Eyes over here! Thanks for the support. Edge thrust!
Almost.
Now we're in the swing of things. This ain't the half of it.
We are at Interlink level 1.
Press our advantage.
Come here! I got something for you!
Cheers, you're a
You
gem.
might want to surrender before we grind you into dust!
Drink! It's amazing! Press our advantage.
Ever the paragon here.
My power flows free.
We can do better yet.
Overfall! Ears, ice, strike.
Enemy's getting tested.
Wolf heal.
I need you, Neo. We can do this now.
Overfall.
Nothing goes.
Glorious wind!
Great banner.
Nothing goes.
Overclock. Buster.
I gotta push through this!
Keep banging on the damage. This ain't the half of it. Do it, Kaya. Gonna knock you into next week.
Going in.
Hey, look! Do that again for me!
It's getting risky.
Let's feel the pressure. Yeah.
Chain attack time, guys! You're going down, Caterpile scum! Or should I say, Catervile? Ooh, we got an increase to our chain attack effect now. Ha! Let's lead off with lands here. Senna has our break this time. So instead, we're going to go... Let's see here. That's going to be more damage.
We can go all night!
And Noah's back in action.
What I least expect. Do you think this? Yippee!
All right.
Above and beyond.
And we start the overkill. All right, Tyon. Let's
I'm with you.
right, Mio.
One more for the road. How about some
How about something like that, you mean? And Noah? Do the honors here.
This isn't the end. You're finished.
Finally got to stretch my traps.
And that is what we call sweet revenge.
I don't
Or
wanna do this.
revenge for those in the know.
Come here, I got something for you.
Thanks.
That was spectacular.
And I was the MVP.
And that hit was a whoo boy. There is a soldier's husk to send off right here.
Can't leave it like this.
A little extra affinity with Colony 4. Huh. Just out of curiosity. Ah, level 2 is our threat level to Keves right now. Really? We got no threat level with Agnes from robbing them of their supplies? We're gonna quickly go back to Colony 4. Because there is some information we need to discuss. Raining in the desert. How factually inaccurate can you be, game? Hey, you hear the news? They say there's an Agnes battalion on the march and they're using the terrain as cover. I really don't like the sound of that, especially considering what's over that way. New info acquired. Colony 9 lately. New topic available. Flaran has a new dialogue. If you're going to the Cadencia region where the Great Sword is, then I'd advise you go directly through Nihil Valley. But beware, if you take a right turn, you'll find yourself at Colony Iota's domain. Ymir has new things to say. You'll note that the annihilation effect has caused a certain warping of the landscape around here. We can't predict when the phenomenon will occur, but the black fog sometimes presages it. Best to stay away from it. Dinzel has nothing new. Bam Bam. Info acquired, herding monsters.
Got some useful intel out of that.
Think will be more accurately described as hurting monsters, as we're probably going to have to go hurt some monsters. Ether channel.
Wrong with some ether.
Still don't know why it randomly seems to go down from time to time. Does it just deteriorate over time, or go down whenever we get a party wipe? I don't know. Maybe it's used in gem crafting. I'll have to look more into that when, in the post-game, I look up guides on game mechanics. But now, in the story, we're going to keep ourselves as blind as possible for this blind, untainted playthrough. Well, as blind as it can be when you're a rabid Xenoblade fanboy watching every official bit of footage that Nintendo drops. There's a bit of information that I missed over there. Are we near enough to eavesdrop?
Smarts.
Colony 4 Nopon acquired.
Got some useful intel out of that.
One last sweep of the colony before we go discuss the info. There's not going to be anything up here. I shouldn't check all the nooks and crannies every time we climb the Faranis. Ethel and Bolearis are nowhere to be seen in the command center. Safe to assume that was the only bit of info in the Faranis. Let's safely get down from here. I'm gonna die if I fall from that high up. Our cook friend, Laszlo, has new things to say. Kukucha is a bit of a slowpoke at times, but her cooking ability is first-rate among all of Keves. Silver Rink cuisine, I'd say. Yeah, that little Nopon's onto something. The most paltry, nasty ingredients are transformed into incredible dishes. If it wasn't for her manning the kitchen, we'd be passing the days eating nothing but bland rations. Trash.
I see some relations have changed. Let's make the most of our break, guys.
Let's discuss some info. Let's discuss... These have side quests associated with them.
Where should I start?
So let's start with the non-related. Looks like wrecking a flame clock isn't enough to make everyone like us. Yeah. They don't have to worry about the clock, but everything apart from that stays the same. Guess it's just that can interlink change blades and so on. Bit of a shame, though, innit? The trick with using other blades is pretty spark and useful. Lance, have you got comfortable with using Senna's blade yet? Yeah, more or less. I'll tell you this, though. Bashing enemies around to that thing is a real bloody kick. Oh, hey, here's a thought. Why don't we all try using Senna's blade at once? Offense is the best defense, right? We'd be done in no time. Done and dusted as husks on the ground, yes? What do you mean? Attackers like Senna can only focus on the offensive when they've got a defender to cover for them. You have to maintain a balance in team composition. Going all in on any one role would only risk total defeat. Bah, yeah, no, I'm sorry. You're right, it's exactly as you say. Here's what we do then. Tyon, you do the defender thing, and everyone else grabs Senna's blade. Better, yeah? Were you even listening to me? Or does the word balance have too many syllables for you? Bonus experience gained, 100. Unsent Husks will also have a side quest for us. Faranis Hulks.
Could you all come round for a second?
It seems Millick Meadows isn't the only place with a rusted-out Faranis, huh? Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say they're scattered all over Ionios. What matters to me is how totaled they all are. Surely that can't be standard practice, right? Faranises come in different flame clock ranks. If they aren't used to their strengths, the defeat can be crushing. Retrieval and transportation of a Faranis also comes with costs. Leaving it to rot on the field can sometimes be simplest. And then it turns into a monster breeding ground. Man, that makes my blood boil a bit. But even abandoned, they can contain a wealth of surprises. I think they'll prove useful on our journey. For sure. If we see one anywhere, we should make an effort to check it out. Bonus experience gained, 100 XP. Now we have Unsent Husks, Colony 9 lately, Herding Monsters, and Colony 4 Nopon. This gold exclamation mark means it's likely going to be a hero quest. And we have Unsent Husks. Let's do Unsent Husks.
Let's lay out the facts.
Something bothering you, Noah. Your brow is awfully furrowed. Huh? Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was making a face. Is there something on your mind? Yeah, it's nothing too important, though. Oh, really? Sure you're not remembering the thing about the husks? Ah, yeah, that has to be it. Gah, am I really that easy to read? We've known each other for so long. Of course we can read your mind by now. You're talking about the husks that we left near that Sing Breeze funnel place. It will be dangerous to send them off. They're right inside monster territory. Is it really bothering you that much? To be honest, I don't think I can let it go. At the same time, though, it feels wrong to put everyone in danger just because I'm feeling uneasy. Holding back like that isn't like you. We'd rather you just ask us straight up. And anyway, not like anyone here would object to sending off the husks. Of course not. I've been in favor of it from the start. Right, we have to give them a proper send-off. Noah, Mio, you're the Offseers here. You should make the judgment call. I'm sorry, everyone. No, scratch that. Thank you for going along with me on this. We have the Melody of Morning accepted. Alright. Herding monsters.
Let's lay out the facts.
So, just as we finish off solving the resource problem, a pack of monsters shows up. They said they'd deal with it, but we should help, right? And how long are we supposed to hold their hands? Have you forgotten what we're actually meant to be doing? What? No, of course not. Colony 4 problems are for Colony 4 to solve. Ethel said as much. And we're outsiders. The more we meddle, the more they'll be on guard against us. Do you think that what we've been doing is just meddling? Meddling, not meddling. Who cares as long as we're helping? The actions you believe to be correct don't always lead to good outcomes. I think I remember Ethel saying that. Yes, but think about it. Doesn't it mean that if you don't take the action in the first place, you can't know if it's good or bad? Oh! Mio, you're... She's right. Is what she is. Sitting here, wringing our hands won't do anything. The Colony 4 gang are going to be at the Barren Knoll, right? That ain't far. We can at least, you know, look in on them, make sure they're handling themselves. I agree with Uni. Tyon? No objections. It's a logical conclusion following what I originally said. Good. We'll do everything well, we'll do something anyway. Charity and hypocrisy. Accepted. Colony 4 Nopon. Discuss.
I think we need to discuss this.
We heard that a Nopon in Colony 4 ended up running away. The one in the maintenance and development team, right? I wonder why. Maybe just couldn't be arsed with the job anymore. Happens. Putting aside job satisfaction for a moment, nobody seems to know where this Nopon's gone. That's worrying. I hope they're not in trouble. Let me guess. Now we go to the maintenance and development team and ask around. Good idea. The team's headed by Dinzel. Seems like a good place to start. Doran and Bam Bam. Are we going to be looking for Bam Bam? Did Bam Bam run off? Colony 9 lately. The big kahuna.
I think we need to discuss this.
Alright, what do we make of this news about Colony 9 possibly being under threat? Even if it's just a nasty rumor, I don't fancy leaving anything to chance. I agree. If they really are up against a large battalion, there could be a lot of casualties. What I want to know is why now all of a sudden? It's just a theory, but I imagine that they consider this a particularly opportune moment. Striking when the enemy's defenses are at their weakest is one of the oldest tricks in the book. Only thing that fits time-wise is us becoming Ouroboros. So what are you saying? It's our fault? Well, it's possible. In any case, they wouldn't be launching an attack on that scale without some kind of justification. We should go and help them. If we hurry, there might still be a chance. Yeah, And we'd never forgive ourselves if we missed it. Okay, let's go and talk to the commander. If we work together, we should be able to keep casualties to a minimum. I just hope they'll believe us. If not, we can always try a different approach. Well, if that's settled, then I believe our next stop is Colony 9. Though it would be far from ideal, we may end up having to stave off the enemy attacks by ourselves. Yeah, best be prepared. Oh, and sorry for getting you wrapped up in our affairs. Don't worry about it now. Let's just do what we can. Right. And where the heart is. With that, we're going to order food. See if we can't expand Banana's menu here a little bit. Enemy gold boost.
Delicious.
This has me raring to go.
Confirm. New recipe learned. Kerfluffled torpedo wrap.
Can't wait to see how Manana prepares it.
And that is what we are going to do here.
Right, let's get going. Time's a-wasting.
And we have ran long already. So this is where we are going to end the episode. It is very sad that we do not get to bring Best Girl with us on our adventures at this point in time. Hopefully we will get to have her join up with us again in the future. But where the heart is going to be our next destination for the next episode. It is a gold hero quest, and we could really use having an actual 7th party member if this hero agrees to travel with us. And from there, I have been your host, Whale. I hope you all are having a wonderful day out there in the Whale Pod. And if you like this video, leave a like and consider subbing to the channel. If you do sub to the channel, make sure to ring that notification bell to get the latest news on all my uploads. Please feel free to leave a comment down below or to answer the question I pose down in the comments section. And until next time, goodbye.